Ta-da. The fireplace. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Again, taking a look back at 2023, how it went, different things. We'll be basically talking about charity fundraisers, games played, how things on Twitch went, and of course, looking forward to 2024. We'll be talking about the games that may or may not be coming out. They're scheduled. Some of them are scheduled to come out next year. Some of them may not make it. Some of them will. Now to throw stuff into the fireplace. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, so first things first. Charity fundraisers. So, how did it go this year? Well, for Walk MS, for those of you who don't know, I do have multiple sclerosis. I was diagnosed back in 2004. But about 10 years ago now? Yeah, this was actually the 10th anniversary of me raising funds for the Multiple Sclerosis Society here on Twitch, doing the Walk MS stuff. I have videos from the last couple of years that's going on in the lower right-hand corner there. So we what, throw stuff in the fire? Sure. Anyway, like I said, we raised $2,275 raised, and the general agreement was supposed to walk a mile for every $1,000 raised. Unfortunately, and last year, how much did we raise? Like, I think $3,000 last year. But I only ended up walking 2 miles because of some health issues with Mrs. Gimpy came up, and she wasn't able to. We weren't able to do the third mile last year, so we're supposed to do a makeup mile this year, and then do 2 miles on top of that. We did the first mile, the makeup mile, but then issues. Mainly my knee, the gimpy part of the name is, or the gimpy part of my body, the really gimpy part is my knee, and it just acted up too much, and wasn't able to do the final 2 miles, and just the way it works. But will I make up the 2 miles in 2024? Probably not, mainly because knee's not really getting any better. Mrs. Gimpy's getting. We're older, right? We're in our 50s. And like I said, I do have a bad knee. That's not a joke. It really is a real thing. And so basically, the actual act of doing the walks may be done simply because, like I said, my knee is not getting better. Mrs. Gimpy she could probably do it but her health, she has bad hips. She actually has arthritis in both of her hips. And sometimes she can walk distances, sometimes she can't. So that would be a hit and miss there. But as you can see from the video here, Mickey and Rocket join us on the walks, and they get to get pushed around in, a stroller. That's an actual dog stroller. It's not for people, it's for dogs. And it's quite amusing when people come up and they look into the stroller saying, "Oh, what a cute little," oh, that's not a baby. That's a dog or 2 dogs. It's always amusing. But anyway, Mickey and Rocket are 16 years old, and by the time we get to Walk MS 2024, they're going to be almost 17, because we do the walks in April, we do the walks in April, but their birthday's in May, so they're going to be almost 17 years old. And when we did the 1 mile this past year, they did maybe an eighth of a mile before they were ready to go into the stroller. So having them participate in the walks would be mainly me pushing them around, which is, you think, oh, that's not too hard. It's an extra 20 to 30 pounds for me to push around. So I don't want to do that. Could do it like 4 extra days, and you just walk half a mile each time. Yeah, and the thing is we could do, because the way it works is we have a park near us, and 1 lap is half a mile. And for those of you who don't do miles, instead you do metric, is half a mile is 800 meters. So it's not terribly far, but for me, it's a decent distance.
Second mile on the NS
an electric
block.
scooter. That's not walking, though.
Oh.
So, but anyway. Except we've done, and this is, the video is, at the park that we do the laps. And we could do half a mile at a time, but it's a lot of effort to get the dogs, ready, leashed up, get everything in the car, go over to the park and stuff like that, just for a half mile, because it takes what is it? It's like it's like 15 to 20 minutes for me to do a mile. So maybe more. I know the little images that come up, they actually tells you how long we were walking, but it's for the amount of effort we have to go through to do a half mile multiple times is kind of, I have to come up with something else to do. See, there's the maps there. So one lap around that, and that was what, an hour, an hour to do a mile. So figure a half hour to do a half mile. So half hour to do a half mile. Sorry, half hour. You could just do it over once a month. It's really not that. It's not the aftermath anymore, because usually when I do these, the long walks and stuff, I've done the 3 mile, because normally here in San Diego, the walk is, if you do the official walk, it's 3 miles is a total course, and I've done it twice, and both times took like a week and a half, 2 weeks of recovery after that. And when we first started doing these back in 2020, we did as many laps as we could do at a time, and that was kind of not the smartest thing to do. And now that we do 1 mile at most at a time and just go from there, and the recovery time isn't as bad. But now it's not so much the recovery, it's actually doing the actual mile is the hard part. So, it's no longer, it's not the, oh, I'm really tired afterwards. It's, can I even do in the original half mile or mile? I know for people who walk on a regular basis, it sounds like it's no big deal. But for somebody who has very bad experience with walking, it's a big deal. So, I know you're throwing ideas. I'm not saying you should do it, but I know what you're doing, right? So, yes, not kill myself. And was it 2022? I think it was 2022. Maybe it was 2021. One of the walks we did, and you can tell in one of the videos that I was not feeling well, because I think that was one of the days we were trying to do 2 miles, and made it around a lap and a half and just went, nope, that's it, I am done. And I honestly thought I was going to die. So it's doing the walks it's as the years are going on, between my bad knee and my actual ability to walk, or non-ability to walk because of having multiple sclerosis, it gets harder and harder. So, and like, if without that stroller, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing in these videos. That stroller is basically the only reason I can walk as far as I can there, because walking is not a good thing for me. It just doesn't want to happen. It's very painful and it's very difficult. So your followers carry you in a litter. Nobody's close enough, zombie. Nobody's close enough. Nobody would do it anyway. They would just tell me to get off my ass and do it yourself. So you wouldn't do it. You say you do, but you wouldn't. But anyway, that's the Walk MS stuff. Hey, Meerkat, welcome back. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to the future. So anyway, Walk MS 2024 is going to happen. It's just a question of, am I going to do an actual walk? Now, having said, in the previous years before 2020, the whole reason we started doing the actual walks again in 2020 was because of the whole COVID thing. And it was just, hey, let's do this as to be different, to help, inspire people to give money to see, watch me walk, that kind of fun stuff. And it worked pretty well. I mean, each year we raised, I think we've raised over $2,000 every year since 2020. And I think we actually hit over 3 twice in the past 4 years. Because 2020, in the past 4 years, I think we broke 3,000 twice, and the other 2 times were over 2,000 each. So it worked. And then the previous years beforehand, we didn't do any walk for Walk MS stuff. It's always been, raise money online and thank you very much. But the walks were, a bonus thing just to, hopefully inspire people to give money. But like I said, the walks I think are going to have to stop just because Happy New Year to Germany and anyone in that time zone. Oh, yeah, that's right. Happy New Year to people 9 years ahead of time or farther ahead of time. Happy New Year's. We still have 9.5 hours to go here before we hit midnight. For those who don't know, I'm in the west coast of North America, down near San Diego, California, and it's only 2:30 in the afternoon right now. So, are you a door gunner in a chopper in Vietnam right now? No. Why would I be? Why would you say I'm a door gunner in a chopper? Did the sound go all wonky or something? You heard a chopper. Oh, yeah, a helicopter flew over. Where I live, we have a small airport to the south of us, and then we have the Miramar Marine Corps Air Station to the west of us, and we have helicopters over our heads on a regular basis. They're either coming out of the airport to the south, or they're the Ospreys and other helicopters the Marines fly, and they usually fly just to the north of us, because usually what they do is they do the little exercises and stuff, and they fly out in their copters and the Ospreys to the desert to the east or out into that area, and then then they fly back. So they basically go over us, going out and coming back, usually depending on weather and that kind of stuff. Came through super clear. It was amazing. Sometimes if they're close enough, it'll sound that way. I didn't even notice it because we hear them all the time. I don't even pay attention to it anymore. Stay where you are. Police are aware. No, they're not. Anyway, that's the Walk MS stuff. And again, we will be doing it again in 2024. Now, Extra Life 2023 is skipped this year. For the first time in 10 years, I didn't do Extra Life. And if you're not familiar with Extra Life, it's raising money for children's hospitals. You can choose either your local one if you want to do it, or you can go into a general fund type stuff. I generally raise money for my local children's hospital, Brady Children's Hospital, San Diego. Been doing it then. Again, this is the first year in 10 years I haven't done it. And why? Emotional fatigue on that one. Because basically I've been doing fundraising in April for Walk MS and in October for Extra Life for the last 10 years. And this would have been the 11th year for Extra Life. But I said, I'm taking this year off for Extra Life and just giving myself a little bit of emotional break there. And because the MS stuff for me is, it's very personal because, I have MS. But and the reason I do the Children's Hospital is just because I can. And it's much more emotional for me for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because it deals with kids and stuff. Mrs. Gimpy and I do not have kids. We are never going to have kids. So, I have no real direct connection to it. But it's very emotionally draining on me for Extra Life. And it just is. And I just said, we'll just take this year off and we'll just resume next year. Go from there. So, anyway, Extra Life 2023 didn't happen. It should happen. In 2024, though, we'll get back to it. So that's our fundraisers for last year, or this year. And now for the exciting stuff, we'll go on to games. So doing something a little different. We haven't done this in the past. Basically, that's just a screenshot on the right there. I'm using a website here on Twitter. Actually, I have this set up for other stuff too. So what I'm going to do is. No, not that one. And that. Okay, so basically just looking at Chrome. So what is this? This is a website that gives you statistics on your streaming and that kind of stuff. You can look up any streamer. It's just a matter you just go to the site, type in the name of the channel, and you can get all this information. See how many years they've been streaming, or at least it actually doesn't show how many years they've been streaming. It's only showing years they have data for, which doesn't always go back as far as it can, because it actually doesn't go from my beginning, but it's interesting. But anyway, what we're looking at here is the top 10 games roughly that I played or streamed, not played, but streamed in 2023. And it shows you how many hours specifically, average viewers for those streams, max viewers, how many followers you pick up on average, and then the last time we actually streamed it. This is a little bit more accurate than what Steam gives you, because this is you're streaming and not what you actually play on Steam. Not all games I have are through Steam. So one of the more niche games was more successful. Well, this isn't necessarily a measurement of success. This is a measurement of how many hours I streamed it. There's a different way to show success, which we'll do here in a second. These are the 10 most games that I streamed the most. It doesn't mean they were successful. It just means I streamed them a lot. Yeah, success is average viewers or max viewers, specifically average viewers. For those of you who don't know how Twitch works, in order to become a partner, you have to average 75 viewers every time you stream for 30 days. And you have to do so many streams within those 30 days. So you can't just stream once and get like 100 viewers on average and go, okay, I'm going away and make me a partner. Twitch comes back, goes, no, you have to do this multiple times within 30 days. So, stuff. Anyway, so that's how that works. So that's why average viewers matters. And in this case, top game is Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, because it's basically 8 hours a week. You know, it's every Sunday. I was doing, 4 hours of campaign for the first half of the stream, and I do 4 hours for the Treasure of the Midnight Isles, or whatever we were doing at the time, for the second half of the stream. Do that every Sunday, basically. Very few Sundays do I miss, and that's why it's so high up there. Master of Magic is up there as well, because I was doing basically every Monday, or at least I was doing at least once a week, almost all year. We have drops off here and there. We've been dropping off the last couple of weeks because of World of Warcraft and stuff, doing that on Mondays. But for the most part, Master of Magic was happening almost every week since it's come out late last year. So that's why that one's up so high. Solasta is up there as well, mainly because we play it every Friday. We do multiplayer Solasta every Friday with Jeff Hobo and Hurricane. And we've been doing that for, as you can see, all year. So 276, every Friday we do that. Baldur's Gate 3, we played a lot of hours of that. Starfield, same deal. World of Warcraft, 71 hours. I'm surprised that's as high as it is already, because we just did really start playing that again. That's World of Warcraft Classic specifically. And then Age of Wonders 4, that got more hours than I thought it was going to be stream-wise. We haven't streamed it since July, so that's actually not too bad. And within a month or two, we picked up, almost 70 hours. Why haven't I streamed it again? Because I got annoyed with the game. I got annoyed with the certain game mechanics and stuff, so we just haven't played it. And then Shadow Empire, 61 hours there. And that was a game that I was playing once a week for a while. We haven't played it since June, but I was playing like once or twice a week for like a month and a half, 2 months, somewhere around there. So that's how that went up. Phantom Brigade, same deal. Haven't seen that one since April. For the King 2, this is a game we just did finish. Well, we didn't actually technically finish it just this week. We made it to the end of chapter 5, which is the last chapter. We lost the final fight with Jeff and Hurricane. And again, that's a game we've been doing every Wednesday for a couple of months. Phantom Brigade was a fun game. It just that I think what happened is I got a little burned out on it about April, about the same time that other games were starting to come out. So it's not that it's a bad game. I just got distracted doing other stuff. We may revisit it at some point, but not in the foreseeable future. Posted their blog for Phantom Brigade update 1.2 and stuff and things in January. Okay, so we might revisit it in next month. Next month is tomorrow. Anyway, Shadow Empire there, and Phantom Brigade, and then for the King, and then we can go farther down if we want. So you can see it's pretty close between For the King 2 and Space Haven. Space Haven should be having another update in not too much longer. You can see they're really close in hours, along with Champions of Krynn, which I still need to finish. Death Knights of Krynn. If you don't know what Champions of Krynn is, it's an RPG, Dungeons and Dragons RPG from the late 80s, or was it 90? I think it came out in 1990 or somewhere around there. It's a series of D&D. It's really good. It's not exactly the graphics and sound effects you'd expect from a game of today's era, but from 30 plus years ago, it was really well done. So Wrath released last year, right? Wrath what? Wrath of the Righteous? Was it last year? It was late last. It was like the middle of last year, though, wasn't it? Getting hell of a kick out of seeing it on top of the chart for hours played this year, too. It was the middle. Really? I'm pretty sure we played this at the end of last year. I know that for sure. So it's been out the entire year. So, again, when you play it every week, September 2nd, 2021. Oh, so it's been out for 2 years. It's been out for 2 years, right? Yeah, it's been out for a while. So, it's been out for a while. So anyway, Champion X4 Foundations. This is a game I'm probably going to be getting back into too. I didn't play this as X4 Foundations. Basically, I play that with the Star Wars Interworlds mod. Last year, I had way more time into it. This year, it was just getting. Like I said, only put 50 hours into it. Need to play it more than I do. Or actually, I need to stream it more than I do. I play it all the time. I play it off stream all the time, but I should stream it more often than I do. And that's the way it is. And then Total War Pharaoh, that just did come out a couple of months back. Really enjoyed that one. Unfortunately, it's fallen by the wayside again. Stellaris, I haven't played that since July because they made too many dumb changes. Stellaris, I don't like. And then Rogue Trader, this is brand new, right? We've only been doing this for a couple of weeks, so this number will be definitely jumping up for next year. And then Total Warhammer 3, I haven't played that in months. I need to play that some more. See, there's just not enough time. It's all these different games. But anyway, that's total hours. Then you can also do this. So when you're talking about most successful stuff. Hey, Wish, welcome to the stream. Happy New Year. Anyone wants a game you can't get a stupid amount of time out of. Yeah. Anyway, so we were talking about successful, right? Successful streams. This is not a measurement of successful streams. This is just we're just sorting by stream time. So this is the games that I've streamed the most. No, Bannerlord. I didn't really play it last year or this year. Bannerlord. Yeah, I didn't really play it this year. Just to make it. But anyway, successful. The better way of judging how successful the game is for you as a streamer is watching your average viewers. So this is actually the most successful games or streaming games for me this year as far as average viewers go. So as you can see, Tortuga, Pirate's Tale, had a lot of fun playing that. Why did I stop playing it? Because the randomness of some of the stuff during taking ships and stuff got really friggin' annoying. So, but it's a fun game. But it's just that there's a game mechanic where you can capture other ships, and that whole process can be really random. It's really kind of and I don't know if they fixed it or not. But again, I haven't played it since January. Holy crap! It's been a year. I didn't realize it's been a year since it came out. But anyway, so that's typically average viewers. Spellforce, Conquest of EO. This game came out just before, or not too far before, Age of Wonders 4. Spellforce, Conquest of EO. EO is basically a Master of Magic Age of Wonders clone. It's basically the same friggin' game. And why is it more successful than Age of Wonders 4 Master of Magic? Because we didn't stream it very long, only 6 hours, one stream. And it was new at the time, so it got more views. Phantom Brigade. Again, you can see pretty well on the average viewer side of things. Blood Bowl 3 did well for average viewers, but not many hours because Blood Bowl is not your friend if you're not if the random dice rolls aren't your friend, which they're not typically for me. So Blood Bowl 3 got really frustrating really quickly. Xenonauts 2. What happened here? July. I'm going to go with probably Baldur's Gate 3 at that point. That's probably what happened to that one. Jagged Alliance 3, definitely. Jagged Alliance 3, I'm not even know if it's still surviving. But Jagged Alliance 3, the only reason I played it in the first place is because it came out before Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield. But as you can see, it still had a decent amount of viewers. But again, 25 hours isn't very long. That's only 4 streams. Space Haven. This is just not too bad at 57 hours to maintain that. I like Space Haven. Can't wait for the next update. The less you stream a game, the higher the average viewer numbers might be. Right. You're falling for that particular niche game. Right. And that's how Twitch works. But I haven't. Yeah, I haven't revisited Jagged Alliance 3 yet either. So if you know all these games with the higher numbers, it's because I streamed these when they first came out, right? And that's why the numbers are slightly higher. So there's more interest in watching them. People aren't really interested in watching me playing Pathfinder for the 100th, 200th time. Some of people are, but not everybody is. And a lot of the games that I stream are like that. So because they're games I actually want to play. And Rogue Trader, that's up there still. And MechWarrior Online, a whole whopping 13 hours. So that's what, 2 streams? A little over? Somewhere around there. But this is my audience right here for a long time. This was my only game, MechWarrior Online. So the fact that we're 23 is one of the higher averages isn't bad. Death Roads Tournament, this is just a random game. 1 stream, did fairly okay. Then Wrath of the Righteous, still, again, at almost 400 hour streams and still pulling none over 20 people average isn't bad. So I'm not too disappointed with that. So anyway, you can see all kinds of stuff. Updated and got the Santa Warhammer and Commando Elf. Oh, nice. 22 average viewers is decent. A lot of people would kill for 22 average viewers. That's the funny part, is it doesn't sound like a lot, but most streamers don't get that many. You only hear about the big streamers getting, hundreds and thousands of viewers and stuff, but those are the big people. They're not the majority. They are the very small percentage. And, it's like less than 1% of streamers get that kind of numbers. Is even 11th is because it's so niche when you stream it. You're the biggest streamer for it most of the time. Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's not a super popular game. So, no, like I said, I'm not happy with only having like a 20 viewer average overall. We'll see that here in a second. Actually, yeah, we'll actually just move on to the Twitch stuff after this one. But, we're just talking about games. And I'm not happy with a 20 average, mainly not because it's not an okay number to have. It's because I've done better in the past. My number is actually dropping slowly from year to year. I used to pull in, 30 average, and now it's dropped down to 20. And there's a reason for it. It's because when I was pulling in 30, I was still doing MechWarrior Online and MechWarrior 5 on a regular basis, and that's where the bulk of my average numbers are coming from, because that's where my channel was built on. But over the years, I've been shifting to a more variety stream or more turn-based type stuff, because it's less headache-inducing, gameplay-wise, and other stuff. So, so I've slowly transition the stream from being, MechWarrior Online, MechWarrior 5 type stuff, and Battletech even, to more of a variety. And it's hurt my numbers, obviously, but it's okay. I mean, we can still, it's not like I don't have anything else to do. So, so many viewers streaming PC Builder Sim compared to his normal stuff. Yeah, you have to pick the right stuff and get lucky. It's funny, what people want to watch sometimes. It's just like, you can try to guess, but good luck. Play all the crappy popular games, Fortnite or whatever. Yeah, I don't play Fortnite. So, MechWarrior RPGs tend to have a niche following. It's more difficult for people to jump. Right. Playthrough, Twitch average viewership falling on average. Your energy level somewhat lowering. Yeah. Well, my energy levels are fine. Tell you the truth. They're fine. But anyway, that's the games and stuff. Let's see. So again, that, and then we can move on to. So this is what we're basically just talking about. So that's just a screenshot of a screen we'll look at here in a second. We can go back to the other one, right? Yeah. Anyway, so this number. I'm just making sure the website's working. So anyway, that's the whole year. That's the whole year of streaming. You can see all the different numbers and stuff. Um, Followers, we have 148 more followers at the end of this year than we did last year. So that's good, right? Hours streamed, almost 2,300. So that's a full-time job. If you don't know, 2,200 hours is working 40 hours a week for 50 hours a year. Well, no, sorry, that's not 50 weeks. It's 2,200 hours is what it usually means to work full time in a real job. It's basically 40 hours a week for whatever, how many weeks a year. And so 230 or 2,300. So basically a full time job streaming. It's okay. Average viewers for the year, 20 per stream. And then peak viewers, we had a high of 53. I could have swore I broke 53 more than once, but sometimes those numbers aren't collected correctly either. Hours watched, that's basically for, when you stream an hour and you have 10 people watching, that's 10 hours watched. That's how that number is calculated. So do the math there. And that the views gained or whatever that one's supposed to be, I have no idea what that is. That number is in previous years, but for some reason, last year or two, that number has gone to zero and everything. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I broke 50 more than once this year as far as viewers go. Not because I was having a great stream. It's usually because somebody comes in with a decent raid. And that's why you end up with, breaking numbers like that. That's usually how that, for me, that's why that happens, because somebody raids me with a lot of numbers. And maybe they don't count raids here. I don't know. I honestly don't know. That, and then total days, 358. So as you can see, that little white line in the middle, or back there, that was when my cousin died earlier this year, and I took a few days off for that. And then at the start of the year, you don't really notice it as much, but the first few days of January, there's no streams. And if you go back and look at 2022 at the end of December, there's no streams either because COVID. So that's how that works. So yeah. Huge. You put in a buttload of hours. I wish I had more time to watch. I wish I had more time to play. To all honesty, I wish I could stream more than I do, but it's not healthy, and having a wife and dogs, and it's just, you have to, pick your battles there. So, let's see what else. So there's that. Was I going to get anything else? I think that's it as far as that goes. So anyway, questions on games or the Twitch stats and how that's working? I don't think so. But yeah, it's streaming. It's not easy, and today it's harder than it was 10 years ago because there's more there's so much competition stream wise. There's so many people trying to break into streaming, and here, although what I don't have here is what I didn't even talk about was YouTube. My viewership on YouTube has gone up. For those who didn't hear or learn about this earlier this year, I actually made partner on YouTube back in late November. What does that mean? It means I get to collect ad revenue from people watching my videos finally. And how long has that taken me? I started originally doing YouTube back in like 2009, I think. And back then, you could make money off of your videos. There was none of this partnership type stuff. It was basically if you had so many subscribers, it was like 200, 100, 300, somewhere around there. It wasn't a super high number. And if you could do that, your videos are being automatically monetized for you, based on how many views you get. And I was averaging something like 10 cents a month. But then they changed the rules a few years back, and they made it so that you have to have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Keep in mind that subscribers on YouTube are not subscribers the same as on Twitch. On Twitch, subscribers are actually giving you money every month, right? Subscribers on YouTube are just followers. It's just basically the same as a follow on Twitch is a subscriber on YouTube, and which is horrible word choice by YouTube by saying subscriber, because in everything else, subscriber means you're giving money to somebody. On YouTube, that is not what it means. It means you're just following that person, which means they may get notified when you put a video up. That's how that works, right? But now, because I have 1,000 of those, which I pushed really hard. Well, I mean, I pushed hard. I put a lot of effort into, building up my YouTube channel in the last couple of years because I changed my habits. Because it used to be putting up a YouTube video every now and then, like mainly when I was doing like Mech Online, I would go, oh, this was a fun fight, and I'd put it up on YouTube, right? So it was like, 10 minutes long, and that was it. Well, 2 years ago or so, I started putting up every stream here on Twitch. And, I'm using it as my archive because the video section on Twitch sucks. You can't search it. Playlists are fine and whatever, but there's no way to search somebody's library of videos here on Twitch. YouTube, you can, and it's a much better platform for showing videos and stuff and building playlists. And you can have videos in multiple playlists, and there's all kinds of fun stuff you can do. But anyway, so I started working on that about 2 years ago. Hey, Batter, welcome back. Doing a more up. Basically, I put up every stream. Every stream goes up on YouTube, usually the following day at some point, and I break them down. It's not when I first started doing it. It was based on when taking breaks, and it was 2 years ago. It was taking a break like every 2 hours. So these videos were 2 hours long. And they take a long time to get processed and that kind of stuff. And they're not so great to watch because they're 2 hours long. But but was it earlier this year? I think it was earlier this year. Or maybe it was late last year. I started, doing the 1 hour thing. It's healthier for one. This is one of the prime motivators was going to hour-long sessions here on Twitch, was because get up and move around every hour. I feel better, in all honesty. Because I get up every hour and actually, walk through the house to go get water, go talk to the dogs or Mrs. Gimpy. It's a 3 to 5 minute break, whatever it is. It doesn't sound like it's very long, but it makes a difference. I feel better overall than it was or getting up like every 2 hours. Sitting here in one spot for 2 hours and then getting up is like, ugh. Especially when you're older, it's very stiff and that kind of stuff. Getting up every hour, still a little bit of stiffness, but it's still, I feel better overall, especially over the period of now a year. And as far as YouTube goes, hour-long videos are more likely to, be viewed. Not tons of views, because I'm still a small person on YouTube because I'm just over 1,000, subscribers and stuff. And most of my videos don't get more than, 50 views if I'm lucky. But every now and then I don't know how YouTube works. I'd like to claim that I know how do you get viewers onto your videos, because I don't know. After years, I still don't know. And especially with the, doing, putting up a 6 hour stream into 6 hour videos, or sorry, 6 1 hour videos. And I'll go through and you'll go, okay, this video, it got 20 views, and this one got 25 views, and this one got 30 views, and this one got 800 views. It's like, it's the same friggin' game I'm playing. It's the same day. Why does this one got hundreds of views and these others that are the same segment or the same game, same day, but they're at like tens of views? It makes no friggin' sense how YouTube works. I don't get it. And I've been trying to figure it out, and it just makes no sense whatsoever. And you can't say, well, it's the content. It's the same content. It's the same person. I don't do anything different from hour 1 to hour 5. Yet for some reason, some videos get hundreds of views and others don't. And I don't know. It's something YouTube is doing, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know what the trigger is. And if I get lucky, I get lucky. Now, some views, it's the game, but I'm telling you, this is what I'm telling you though. This is one stream. Like, I'll put up today's stream, yesterday's stream. It was World of Warcraft, right? Those videos will be going up probably tomorrow morning sometime. It's the same stuff, right? It's the one game. It's going to be 6 videos. They're each going to be about roughly an hour long. right? It's the same content. It's going to be me running around as a Tauren, with Hurricane and Ragstone and Aeolus. That's what it is for 6 hours. We're just doing the same stuff over and over again. One of those videos is going to get probably double or triple amount as the other 5. And it makes no sense because it's the same stuff. It's just the same stuff. So, format sweet spot. Based on the short attention span of the average YouTuber, they want you to mostly keep videos between 5 and 10 minutes. Yeah, but that's not the issue here. That's what I know. That's what it is for YouTube. I'm not expecting my videos. I'm not expecting to be a huge streamer or a huge YouTube person. I never thought I would be. I'm not just like I'm not going to be huge on Twitch ever. I am not the target. I am not everybody's favorite. I am not a young person's streamer, video person, whatever you want to call it. To watch it in the dungeons are more important. It sucks to watch it in the dungeons. Dungeons are more important. But you would think that, wouldn't you? You would think that, and you'd be wrong. For some parts it is, but you'd be surprised how many videos get tons of views and it has nothing to do with the dungeon. And I don't know why. Just like for Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous stuff, is you would expect people to watch more of the dungeon when I go into a specific location, like say Threshold, the end content. You would expect that video to get more views than say, just wander around just doing regular stuff. Doesn't always happen that way. What humor? They don't know the humor. It's an hour-long video. And the interaction. Again, they're hour-long videos. So how do you know this one and stuff? They can't hear me. Of course they can hear me. That's the thing. It's just, and again, video views on YouTube aren't, they watched for 5 minutes and that's why they're still watching. They have to click on it first. As soon as somebody clicks on your video, you get credit for a view. That's how it works. They don't have to watch for a specific amount of time. As soon as you click on somebody's video for YouTube, they're getting credit for that view. And now YouTube actually tracks how long some people watch the videos too. But that doesn't help you for views because that's still one person watching you, right? If somebody watches a complete hour, it's still one person. If you can get 10 people just to click on the video, that's more important. Well, actually, no, the most important one is getting a subscriber, but especially if you're, trying to get started. But once you're a subscriber, the trick is to get people to keep watching your videos so they generate ad revenues that are playing during those videos. So, you got to do is shave you, pad your chest with tissue, and slap on some lipstick and makeup. Then you'll get to play Fortnite while wearing a low cut. No, that's okay. No, that's okay. And that's not going to help either, just a freak show set, because you know what? There's plenty of girls out there doing that right now. And even then, they have trouble pulling viewers these days. There's too many females out there doing that. And they're still not pulling viewers. It's shocking, but it's true. It's true. Anyway. They have a lot of competition now doing that nonsense. They do. There's more competition even for they have an actual name. What's their name? Crap, I forget what they call them. Then we can use channel points to write our names on this body. Yes, there you go. But no gimpy chest females. No, no, no. Anyway, we should, before we get too, this is taking longer than I thought. Anyway, look forward to 2024. So the big thing here is charity fundraisers. The plan is to do Walk MS again for 2024. Raise money for that. Will there be an actual walk? Probably not. I don't think we're doing walks this year. Trying to figure out something else. We have about until April to figure it out, whether we want to do some type of alternative. But we'll still be doing the fundraiser here on Twitch, which means playing specific games will be out. There'll be plenty of time warning and that kind of fun stuff. Anyway, that's for Walk MS. Extra Life will probably resume in October. Again, took it off this year I just didn't want to go through the emotional strain type deal. But we should be resuming that in October. What format? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do 31 games in 31 days again. It's fun as hell to do a different game every day. The problem is the viewership is not good because that's very unusual for here on Twitch to play a different game every day. Most people don't want to do that, so don't pull in a lot of people. So we have to pick up some type of different format for that. So it's just strange. Just heard from a third person. Yes, Meerkat, just a third person heard. In the future. Yes, future. Anyway, so fundraiser. Yes, they're happening again this year. Walk MS in April, Extra Life in October. Just like every year before this year. Games. New games coming out and stuff. Well, so I went over to PC Gamer. And they've got all their stuff. So if you really want, just do Google PC games coming out in 2024. This article should come up. In all honesty, there's not a lot of games that I'm looking forward to. I mean, there's a few. We'll keep going for now. Let's see, which ones that caught my eye? I found, let's see, Skull and Bones might be interesting. Come on, Ubisoft, if that doesn't get delayed. Apparently it's coming out on February 16th. We'll see how that goes. That's a pirate game, basically. See how that goes. Enshrouded? I don't even know what Enshrouded is. Lots of buzz for Baldur's Gate 3 expansion of some sort. Most think it's character kits. Yeah, we'll see. Dark Souls? No, not Dark Souls. Star Wars Dark Forces Remastered. That caught my eye. I didn't know that was a thing. That's coming out at the end of February. That might be interesting to take a look at, see what they actually do with it. Dark Forces Remastered would be fun. Homeworld 3 is coming out in March. Dragon's Dogma 2 also in March. Destiny 2, The Final Shape. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 coming out in September. I will not be playing that. I played Space Marine 1 and it gave me massive headaches because of the gameplay and stuff. It's not that it's a bad game. I just can't play it. Physically, I can't play it. That Microprose PT boat one looks fun. Yeah, that might be okay. What else? Arc 2, don't really care about that too much, but more dinosaurs. Vin Diesel's going to be part of that one, apparently. Ascent of Ashes, that's actually... Oh, that's currently in early access, but I think that's supposed to be coming out next year. It looks like it's decent. I played in the beta a little bit. It's not too bad. Let's see. There's stuff in here. Defense Force 6. No, I'm not playing it. Frostpunk 2. That could be good. We'll see. Again, none of these games have release dates yet. G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra. Go, Joe. Yes, Earth Defense Force is a silly game. It really is. There's other stuff in here. Oh, Songs of Conquest. Should be getting released next year. It's a turn-based strategy game. It's pretty good. In early access. Well, yeah, it's currently in early access. I played a little bit, not a lot. I keep meaning to stream it, but forget. Star Wars Outlaws. This is their first open world game for Star Wars. That looks like that's going to be pretty good. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Now, this one. How this is going to release next year, for those of you who have been following Masquerade, is they announced it a couple of years back. And then it got canceled about a year or two ago. Maybe a little bit longer. Because reasons, I don't remember what the reasons were. There was some type of not good between the programmers and the writer or something. I don't know. Something happened, and the game was canceled. And this is actually a Paradox game too. They're the publisher, but they're not the dev. And so now Bloodlines 2 is scheduled to come out next year sometime. Will it? Probably not, would be my guess. Even though they're saying there's going to be, I would say it's not. There's no way they've basically redone it. They would almost have to redo what they were working on, I think. So I wouldn't expect this one to come out next year. It could, but I'm not expecting it to. Unrail 2, which one is that one? Back on the Track, Early Access, Chaotic, oh, that one. Yeah, I didn't really like that. Let's go. So nothing spectacular other than, well, these aren't committed to 24. They headed out of the way. It could easily settle into 2024. Arc Knights and Fun, we don't want to show that. Dragon Ball Z, don't care. Jurassic Park Survival. Action adventure set right after the original film. I wonder if if that's actually going to be in a survival game. Have to check that out maybe. So nothing special. Delayed to 2025. Falling Frontier, whatever that is. Logistics Heavy Space Grand Strategy. So anyway, that's the games. And again, if you can look at this list yourself. Just said Google PC games coming out in 2024, and this is the PC Games article. There's others out there too. So me playing a survival game, I know, shocking, isn't it? So anyway, so that's the games that are hopefully coming out next year. We'll see. And then Twitch. What's the plans for Twitch next year? Same old for the most part. Sticking to the hour skip or taking a break every hour type deal, even though I'm about 5 minutes over for this hour. Going to continue doing that. Going to continue to try to build my YouTube fan base as well there. I know some of you are there. Thank you for this subscribing over there as well. But I think what I'm considering, I was kicking around this idea back in November to help get more subscribers, get close to 1,000 back then, was to start dual streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I would like to do that, mainly just to grow the audience that way. And it's not too difficult to do, just a matter of doing it. So expect to see probably some attempt at that sometime early in 2024, seeing the dual streams between YouTube and Twitch just to see how it goes for testing purposes and that kind of fun stuff. So that's a possibility. Other things for Twitch, still work, in all honesty, still trying to work towards partnership, although the incentive there isn't that big, simply because there's not a whole lot of difference between being an affiliate and a partner on Twitch, because when you're an affiliate, you're able to get subscribers and you get paid basically the same as a partner does, unless you're a really big, partner that's bringing in thousands and thousands of viewers every time you stream. They get paid different. They're on a different tier. But, the majority of affiliates and the smaller tier partners are getting paid the same. So there's really no big push for money-wise to do that. And what about ads? Ads pay the same to affiliates as they do to partners. It's all about how many ads you show per hour and that kind of stuff. If you break a certain amount of minutes every hour, you get paid, a higher percentage of the ads. It's that simple. And the way I do it is how I meet that requirement, because taking a break every hour, and for those of you who don't know how this works, every hour I take a break and I play ads during the break time. I could be playing ads while I'm streaming, but that interferes with the stream, because it cuts into people, because you can't hear what the streamer's saying when the ads are playing, because the ad takes over the page and the video for what you're doing gets pushed up to the right hand corner of the screen, that kind of stuff. Very intrusive. So what I do is, to be kinder to you guys, is to take a break so you're not missing anything. So that's it. Every hour take a break, 3 minutes worth of ads. You can sit here and watch them if you want. You don't have to, or you can just get up and walk away and go get some water, stretch your legs too, just like I'm doing, and come back. And there's a timer at the bottom of the screen, and once it hits roughly 3.5 to 4 minutes, I'm going to be coming back any second. So that's how that works. So that's that. Oh, I appreciate you guys. That's I'm trying to be. You like my format with the one break every hour. So do I. It's really working well for me. Physically, mentally, financially, it's just working. Because for those of you who also don't know, when you run 3 minutes of ads on Twitch, you can have it so that people that are coming into the stream that aren't subs, right? Subs don't see ads at all. So everybody who's a sub on the channel, thank you. And one of the payoffs for that is you don't have to watch ads on my stream, period. If you're not a sub, you will see ads when I'm at break. And that's just my way of saying, thank you for watching. You don't have to watch the ads, but you're not missing anything either. Because I'm on break, I'm not doing any gaming, not really talking about anything, because the ads are running, and I come back within 3.5 to 5 minutes, depending on how Mrs. Gibby talks to me and that kind of stuff, or how much she talks to me, not how, but how much she talks to me, or what else is going on in the house at the time. So it's just my way of saying, I appreciate you being here, and I don't want to force you into watching commercials while I'm, playing a game that you're here actually to watch me play. That's why I do what I do. And I hope you guys appreciate that, because I'm just trying to think of everybody and not hopefully wasting your time that way. So yes, I'll take my break here. I got a minute. So anyway, that's it. That's the year in review. If we want to talk about it a little bit more once we get back to the stream or back to the game and stuff, feel free. Also, you can always come over to the Discord too. There's below the video screen, click on the Discord button, and we can talk about stuff there's a talk about games, or there's a general one. We can talk about all kinds of stuff there. Amazon is going to put ads in their Prime Video soon. Oh yeah, that's going to be a thing. I got an email about that the other day. It's okay. I don't care. So anyway, like I said, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for coming back and watching, especially all the people that come back and watch on a regular basis. Thank you to everybody, all the new people that are here and keep coming back. I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate all you guys coming out and watching. Not just guys, gals as well. When I got to remember, I'm from the era where calling everybody guys is everybody. It has nothing to do with being male or female. It's just a general term like y'all, except it's not Southern. Guys is pretty much it's a California thing, I think. So it's very general. It's a general neutral usage of y'all, or saying, guys and gals, men and ladies and gentlemen, that kind of stuff. Just use guys. So dudes. I don't use dude. I use dude, but usually not in hey dude, what's going on? If I use dude, it's more of an exclamation, like, dude, that's messed up. That kind of stuff. I'm that kind of Californian. So yes, I'm going to take my break. So anyway, like I said, thank you. We'll be back shortly here with Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, Treasure of the Midnight Isles with Viewer Group 12 after I get back from the break. So thank you for watching, and be back shortly. Enjoy the dog video.